Hello there everybody. Today we will be understanding what are unary operators in Java. We have finished a lot of operators till date and we are almost approaching the end. So why not sit tight, understand all this and get to the complicated part. So today, as I said, we understand unary operators and two of them are quite interesting if you go about playing with it. Okay, however, let's go a little sequentially and understand what all this is about. The first operator that you see is the plus sign and known as the unary plus. This is very basic. There's nothing to understand about it because by default each number is positive, right? So a plus a, or let's say plus 3, will give you a 3. No difference in it. Now the unary minus, again very simple. You take any operator and negate it. You put the minus sign before it, you get minus. So let's say 3 becomes minus 3 on applying unary minus. Now I am going to skip increment and decrement operators for now because these two are the most interesting ones that I was talking about. And let's come to logical complement operator directly. This is what we learned last time itself, just making false true and true false. We've gone through this while studying logical operators. Now let us see what are increment and decrement operators. Rather, it's a very simple concept, but when you actually put it into practical implementation, things can get a little confusing. And I have a small question for you at the end, after understanding the concept, of course. I really hope you'll be able to solve that. So let's look at an example for increment operator. A is initially equal to 1. Now if I say plus a, or a plus plus, any one of them, it gets incremented by a value of exactly 1 and a thus becomes 2. Similarly for decrement operator, a is initially 1 and I either apply minus a. Now what is minus? That is pre-decrement, and a minus is post-decrement. Similarly, pre-increment and post-increment. So when you apply the decrement operator on a is equal to 1, you get a is equal to 0. Now let's put this into action. All right, let's go up here and there. Okay, I hope this is visible. And I have taken two variables, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. What I'm doing initially is, let's remove this. And I'm going to say a plus plus. Let's see what it gives us. Now I'm going to print out a. And let's run this. Okay, so what do we get? We got 2. Very simple, right? That was a plus plus. Let's try out plus a, that is pre-increment. What does this give us? It again gives us 2. So, do you see, if the variable that you are applying increment and decrement on, the post-increment and pre-increment does not matter until and unless that variable is dependent on some other variable or function. Okay, now this statement that I meant, you will understand right now. Let's get this statement back. Okay, so what am I doing? I brought in another variable in the picture. So now a has some sort of relation with a copy, right? So what am I doing? A copy is equal to plus a. Now let us try and print out a copy. What do you think this should give us? This gave us a 2. I hope you had got that. No issue. Plus a, I'm incrementing it. Fine. Now it's going to go and give us the incremental value. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say a copy is equal to a plus plus. Now, do you think it's going to be the same? Well, do you see? It's not the same anymore. What happened? Let's see. A copy is equal to a plus plus. What is this? This is post-increment. Now, since a is somehow related or dependent on another variable, now pre-increment and post-increment become very important. Firstly, it assigns the value of a to a copy and then increments it. Okay, since there is another variable in play. So first assign, then increment. In the case of pre-increment, first increment and then assign. Okay, this is a very simple concept that you will have to remember. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is, let us try out b. Okay, b copy is equal to minus b. All right, let's run this. I think you should be able to do this now. First decrement, then assign, right? So what do you get? 1. 2 minus 1 becomes 1. and hence it assigns 1. Now what I'm going to do, first assign, then decrement. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and print out B copy, and as well as I'm going to print out B so that y'all can see the exact difference. Okay, there you go. Now what do we have? Firstly, it assigned B to B copy, hence B copy is 2, and then it decremented, hence the value of B now becomes 1. Okay, I hope you get this concept. It's really easy. Just put it a little bit in your head. Now your question. I really hope you all got it. And there you go. Okay, here is your question. The value of I is initially 12, and you have an equation sort of thing assigned to I, and then now I want you all to guess what is the output of I. Go ahead, pause the video and try this out by yourself and come back. Okay, I hope you have tried it out. In case you haven't, no worries. We'll go ahead and understand what's happening. Okay, the answer is 26. I think you might have got it. Okay, so if you have, excellent, and if you haven't, let's go ahead and understand and get this together. Here is your explanation. Initially, I is equal to 12. So what do? You have, remember, it's dependent on some other variable. Okay, another variable has come into play. Okay, it's not just a standalone operator anymore. It's not only I plus plus or plus plus I. You have many other stuff into play. You have a plus sign, you have equal to, you have another variable. So it becomes related to many other things. Hence, what we first do, I is 12, we simply take the entire value of this part as 12. Okay, we do not increment. First assign it, hence 12. Next, we increment it in the back end. Hence, now I becomes from 12, it becomes 13. Now, after the plus operator, what do we have? Plus plus I. So, first increment and then assign. So, we have from 13, it becomes 14. Lastly, we do 12 plus 14, which gives us a 26. It's as easy as that, and maybe I'll come up with some sort of a quiz ahead in the future where we can have a little more of practice about increment and decrement operators. Till then, go ahead, practice a little bit, and I'll see you all again. Bye-bye.